everyone. Today's reading is going to be, are they jealous? We're going to look at, are they jealous as a person in general? And then we're going to look with regards to you and maybe a little bit deeper at a specific situation. So you've got 3 piles as usual, pile number 1, pile number 2 and pile number 3. If you want to take your choice, and then we'll have a little bit of a deeper look.
La música de Harry Fraud.
Right, pile number 1. I think generally, I don't think your person is very jealous. I think they're very focused on themselves, but I think they're very at ease in relationships. Actually, not at ease. They're very much involved with something else to be focused on relationships, which sounds a bit hard, but I'm going to tell you what I'm thinking so it doesn't sound so hard. They've got Pisces. This is energy rather than them actually having a Pisces sun. But I picked the Sun and the Mars cards out of this pack because I think that when your Mars is blocked, it can bring those feelings of jealousy because you don't feel as if you're capable of getting hold of what you want, and then all these feelings get a bit misconstrued inside you and it ends up going a little bit rotten in my mind. And the Sun here as well, how you shine is basically how you get your ego fulfilled when people generally acknowledge your shiny bits. And some sun signs tend to have large egos. So that's why I've put these 2 cards out. This person's coming across as somebody with a Pisces sun. They may just have Pisces in the chart. It just may be the energy. So I don't really want to talk about the specific signs. But to me, with regards to their ego, it's somebody who's very at ease with themselves. It's somebody who doesn't look outwardly so much, or maybe a little bit, could be slightly people pleaser. It's somebody who picks up people's vibrations very easily and wants things to be smooth. But with Mars in Capricorn, there's that self-focused feeling about this person. Somebody who's focused on where they want to be in life and what stamp they want to make in life. So their work will be very important to them, even though they may actually come across as quite gentle. It's really funny that the Sun and the Mars that I picked out for each of these piles are quite closely knitted together, which happens in real life because they follow each other around the chart, which is very strange. So I'm just wondering how this may fit in. Right, let me just keep going and look at these cards here. This 4 of Swords down here, the little bunny resting, makes me think very much the Pisces card here of somebody that's quite at ease themselves, somebody that can pull themselves out of situations without their ego running riot, somebody who doesn't get taken away with trying to look good in the world too much, but you've still got that Mars in Capricorn there. There's a feeling of somebody who can see the bigger picture. The World card here with the fish going around makes me think, especially next to this Rabbit card, of somebody who can lie low without getting their ego involved in most worldly events. You know, those things that kick up everybody else's egos off, possibly like not being in a particular friend group, not having the house, not having this, not having that. Can go over their heads in many ways. I'm not getting a real jealous feel here, but I am, with the Mars in Capricorn, getting that feeling of somebody who may very possibly be so driven in work that as soon as they're stopped or something blocks that Mars drive of achieving, or very Capricorn-y feel of wanting to look like they can do it on their own, and they're very focused in a work situation. Capricorn's very family orientated, not in the same way as Cancer, where Cancer has that homely, warm hearth feel. Capricorn is very proud of ancestors, very proud of what they've established, what they've basically made in their life. Their children, they're very proud of their children having their name. That type of feel, man or woman, it's that just general feeling of, look what I've accomplished. And it's not in a bad way, because we all function different ways. Different things make us feel proud of ourselves, and if those things are blocked, it's like, yikes. really strong thing. But I'm getting in general not a very jealous person unless their drive is thwarted with regards to something more material or more established. In relationships, possibly not. Somebody here can, oh, for crying out loud. Somebody like this person here can take the higher road. Actually, it's not even the higher road. It reminds me of a penguin sliding on their belly. It's somebody who can let things slip past. And just, it doesn't happen. It doesn't happen. Pisces are very easygoing. Oh, lovely. You know, you see a Pisces and you're being revolting and you're being disgusting and you don't like yourself and they are smiling at you. My sister's got Pisces moon and she's a lot younger than, she's not that younger, much younger than I've got two very young sisters compared to me. And when she was a baby, the Pisces moon, she would wake up and she would just have, first thing in the morning, a beautiful smile on her face. You're just happy and just accepting, and that is very much that Pisces feel here. So I don't know whether Neptune is strong in this person's chart, but there's a feeling of relationships being very accepting of other people. Very sweet, very complacent, very just letting things flow. Yeah, letting life flow. Just people move around this person and they just let them be. There's not that sort of control issue feeling here, but with regards to a yes. So the answer to that, generally in relationships, there's not that need to own, to possess, to conquer. And jealousy often is that need to feel in control of yourself and often runs into feeling control of other people. Right, let me go with these ones. I'm getting a feeling here, rather than reading the cards for each individual little sort of clue I get from them, a feeling of somebody who's, especially with Pisces here, somebody whose self-esteem is quite, it's a Virgo Pisces feel here, of being quite sensitive. If you work with this person and there's any way, this is what I'm feeling, if you've worked with this person any way that you have nipped at their self-confidence with regards to what they can produce in work, very much this Mars in Capricorn here and this Knight of Pentacles, that's where you could have knocked them. And I know that's not jealousy, but it's got the emotions rumbling here. That's the feeling I'm getting. It's something to do with something that they can provide or something that they give to you practically. It's how they get their self-esteem, and if you've knocked that in any way, you may have thought that you've got one up because you've actually got emotions flowing out of this person, but it could very possibly be just really tentative self-esteem there. I'm trying to think of a situation, I'm trying to explain this. Let's just say you work with this person and you get on quite well and they're quite laid back and quite smiley, and then you've almost tried to flirt with them in work and they've appeared to be quite taken back, they don't know how to deal with it. And you think, yeah, he fancies me, she fancies me. You know, it's often a case of that they may have overreacted and seemed extremely jealous. I'm not saying they're not attracted to you at all, but you may have got a stronger reaction than you actually bargained for, because you would have been, what I would think here, showing them up in work, which they would not like. So you could have got a very strong reaction, and then I'm wondering whether they've pulled away from you. I don't know. If you haven't, and this pack feels right to you, I wouldn't poke the bear in work with regards to this person. Let me just have a little bit more of a... It's... Okay, I have a feeling that you have got a jealous response out of this person, or jealous, or just a very sort of strong emotional reaction out of this person, and what has happened is they felt a little bit pissed off really and almost turned away, and then it's a feeling of wanting the relationship to be fair, and they've gone and called on their intellectual abilities to try and get their head around what's happened. This is what I'm thinking. You've got a really sweet person here, somebody who's very genuine but is very driven in work. So you probably don't actually like to mix relationships with work at all. And if you have fallen in love with this person and that this person has got feelings for you, and it is a work situation or something where they need to feel like they've got their ego intact, and it's basically they're coming across as competent in some way, and then you've actually come on thinking, well, let's see how this goes, in a situation where their ego is going to be, for a Capricorn type of feel, is going to feel very vulnerable, then this person's overreacted to your advances, and I think possibly shown a very strong emotional response, which could be interpreted as being jealous, but I think it's just somebody who's got feelings for you that doesn't want to be shown up. That's what I'm getting. They want the balance to be there, and you've unbalanced them in a situation where they want to look good, and so they've reacted emotionally, which can be interpreted as jealousy, but it's just attraction with uncomfortableness. Does that make sense? That's what I'm feeling. Let me put some more cards on here. There's heaviness about this. It does make me think, in a work situation where I don't know whether you're in school together, whether you're in college together, whether you work together, or whether there's just some sort of situation that's an everyday situation where, do you know what it makes me think of? It doesn't have to be that. It could be anything. It makes me think of somebody who's got a crush on somebody else, as in they have a crush on you, and you've met and they've been flustered. It could be the work situation. It could be either, but it's just that general feeling of with the these cards are making me think of them disliking themselves after a situation, of them being flustered and feeling uncomfortable and wishing they were more, what they would term as more mature in the way they deal with the situation. And it's been almost felt like a bit sneaky, like when you bump into somebody when you're shopping and the conversation is all, it's on a polite level, but it's uncomfortable because you can't talk about anything apart from the chicken you've got in your basket, or you know what I mean, that type of thing. It's that feeling of uncomfortableness with attraction with regards to you rather than jealousy. Okay. Let me just put something else on. Let me try these again. Oh my God, this person feels for you these sort of I feel really sad for your person, a really strong and open and loving connection. It's something that they basically take away with them and feel like they've met somebody they feel really at ease with, somebody that makes life feel bigger, makes them feel good, makes them feel like a kid, makes life seem fun. But I don't know whether you've separated or the relationship hasn't started, it's ended before it started type of thing, possibly, or there's just not that closeness there with regards to you're not actually in a relationship. And what they've done is they've got they're easygoing, but with, I would say, a Capricorn, an ego that likes to look competent. There's Pisces there, which isn't the least bit asked about being competent, but with Capricorn there, there's that need to appear in control of themselves in some way. And I think you've bumped into this person, they've been flustered, or you've made them flustered in a work situation, and what they've actually done is overreacted, and you may have interpreted it as jealousy. With them, it's basically somebody they have put on a pedestal, somebody they actually feel really attracted to, and they've been made to feel jittery and uncomfortable with regards to, not in a bad way, but just in a way that they feel that their feelings are being read by you and they weren't quite ready. Right, panel one, I'm going to finish there. I hope that makes sense to you. I feel really protective over your person. It's a really sweet feeling of somebody who has been had to show their white underbelly before they were ready. Somebody who has, with these cards here, you may not be together and they feel that you haven't done this, but they feel like something sneaky's happened because they've been caught out before they're ready to reveal their feelings towards you, and it's made them feel uncomfortable. They felt nude. They just felt bare in front of you when they were just nurturing, and it's annoyed them. There's this feeling of trying to pull on their coolness, trying to pull on their, what I would say, Capricorn or airy qualities of being in control, and you've made them feel out of control. I don't know what the situation is. The only thing I can interpret it as just somebody walking in on them when they weren't ready to see them and being flustered, or that type of feeling. Or you doing something in work when they want to look competent and they haven't. That's what I'm picking up. I don't know the scenario, but there's a real genuine depth of feelings here. It's a real sweet bond. And I get the feeling, just beginning to flourish, and this person's been put on their back heel and somehow turned their back because they feel humiliated, because they feel like you've seen their feelings before they're ready to show them. Right, pan number one, I'm going to finish there. I hope that rings true. Let me know in the comments section if anything does feel right there, and I hope to see you again. Bye. Pan number two, do they feel jealous about you? Do they feel jealous in general? Are they a jealous type of person? Let's see. What am I doing? Okay, right. I have some, I would say, astrology bits up here. Doesn't mean that this person is this sun sign or this Mars sign. It's just a general feel. I have got the Mars and the sun sign here because I always think that your Mars, if blocked, can actually be quite painful because you feel like you don't get what you want out of any situation or out of life, and that can often drives inwardly and can be turned to jealousy. Very often turned to jealousy. Mars, and I've got your sun sign here as well, which is a very similar thing. It's your ego. If your ego isn't nourished, once again, it can feel like who you want to be and what you want is thwarted, and that's when we become jealous. Nobody's jealous when they're really happy with themselves because they've got everything they want to be. They are who they are and they are where they want to be in life. But when they feel there's a need there that's not met, that's when it starts coming out. There are signs that are more jealous than others, and Aries can be very sort of possessively not so much, and just plain jealous. Just plain jealous Aries can be because they have to be first. Libra can be jealous. I'm trying to think which other ones. Different feelings for different signs, I suppose. This person here, this is the energy, not the sign, is got what's coming to me as a sun in Taurus. So there's a slow need to possess with Taurus. There's that need to say what's mine is mine, and they like things to look good and they like to own things. So yes, there is some jealousy here with this person. They like people to look good on their arm. They like to own things. They like to have beautiful things around them. There's probably a jealousy for material things. So if you're turning up in their life and you're dressed beautifully and you look good, and if you're well off, that could very much muster in this person that feeling of wanting to, putting them out of what I would say their golden zone of being a nice person into I need it, that type of thing. I need it. The desire comes out, which can be exciting but can also be uncomfortable for the person, because we all have that in us. There's something we feel we need. And, we've all got egos and we need things to make us feel as if we're functioning correctly and not having too much taken away from us. The Mars is in Gemini. That is not very jealous at all. Mars in Gemini, it's so strange because these two signs follow each other around. So often you can get people with Sun in Taurus and Mars in Gemini. So it's really weird this. So it very possibly could be true that these energies are stuck together. So Mars in Gemini would be somebody who likes to entertain, somebody who likes to laugh, somebody who likes life to be funny. Do you know what? I've got Gemini in my chart, and the thing that makes me jealous is when my kids come home from school and they're talking about the grown-ups in their school, the teachers, laughing and the things the silly things that they were doing with each other. I'm thinking, oh my God, I am so jealous. I really want to be. I want to be in that school and do those silly things. That's what makes me jealous. So that could be very much your person. They could be quite materialistic or quite easy themselves in that way, as in they just like to have luxuries. And I don't know whether it tips over into the way of being a bit of an ego problem. But Mars in Gemini is somebody who is very jealous of fun. So this person would be jealous if they've seen you out laughing with friends, having fun. Oh my God, that's making me jealous. Okay, right, let's get back to you. The 10 of Cups is, with regards to them, are they a jealous person in general? Not really. To be honest, there's a really at ease. It's got a bit of a Pisces feel as well, the 10 of Cups and the Wheel of Fortune and Jupiter. It's got that feeling of somebody, and the Aquarius sees life as a bigger picture. Very emotionally self-assured, very aware of how life ticks and what comes to you when it's your turn and not before, and a real big a real big view of life. There you are. That's not what you're expecting now, is it? The only bit that's throwing me that doesn't fit in with this is the Taurus bit. So if I take this out and I'll bring that into the end, let me just take that out. So you've got somebody here, if that Taurus bit isn't in here, I will bring it back in because it's got to apply, is somebody who likes to travel, somebody who likes to see the bigger picture, somebody who possibly is very interested in what's going to happen next, but somebody who's very self-assured. They go into situations and they expect people to like them. They can get situations moving because that Jupiter feeling of having lots of people around you and knowing how to connect and knowing how to make an input on life. There's no shyness, there's not a reticent quality about this person. The Fool here is Uranus, forward looking, likes to jump into situations. The 10 of Cups here is just a real, I'm getting the feeling of being self-assured with regards to who they are in life. And this Gemini feel here is just a fantastic feeling of wanting to, with Jupiter here, to have fun with whoever they're with. So that's where the jealousy might come in. You've still got this, I don't know whether they're materialistic. And that might be the little cherry on the cake there. So that might have a tinge of it with regards to, people do have a tinge. It's normally something that they want. If they see somebody with I'm not going to say car because that's too obvious, but just something that like a holiday. That's another thing that makes me jealous. People who travel. So yeah, that could come out in different ways, especially with regards to this. So if they can see like tickets somewhere on your side to, or you've been to around the world, that could get them going, because it's not just Taurus here. It's got to do with finances or something material, but it's got a bigger scale. So it could be to do with travel. Yeah, okay, let's go and see a little bit more personal now. Not a bad feeling about this person at all with regards to jealousy and who they are and who they want to be. Do you know what? It just feels like what I've just said about Gemini here. It's that feeling of jealousy with regards to you. If they see you in group situations, or if you're happy in work, or whether you've got a group of people around you. Travel. It's just what I've just said. As I just said, what makes me jealous was regards to people having fun and travelling. You've got the Temperance card here. You've got a group of people here, and you've got like new beginnings. So I'm thinking it's on those lines. So somebody with a bit of Gemini in them who really likes to connect and to have a bit of banter and to chat, and life is funny. Everything, when you meet somebody and you just laugh a lot. It's that type of feeling. And Temperance here makes me think of, because it's Sagittarius, of travel and movement and kidding around in a really sort of smooth, easy way. It's connections and the thinking with people that makes me jealous. And there's this real connection of Ace of Pentacles is starting something new to me, something practical. So with regards to you, if they were jealous of you, it would be when they've seen you in group situations. It's when they want to be in that group situation with you. They don't want to see you laughing with somebody else. They want you to be laughing with them only. That type of feel. They want to either join in or for you to stop it and just laugh with them. There's that feeling of a group situation. There's a Gemini and there's a Sagittarius there. It's somebody who wants to party, and if you are out partying, they can't stand it. But to be honest, these two cards, this is one's haunting me, and this one here is basically like a spectre too. So you've got the Taurus and the Ace of Pentacles there. I've got to say it, there's a slight materialism about this person that doesn't really fit in with their personality. So they may have a little tinge of materialistic jealousy with regards to you. And I don't know if you're better off than them and they see you driving around in some flashy car or your house is bigger. I don't really know, but there's a slight tinge of jealousy. Hi there, pile number 2. Sorry, SD card has just filled itself. So let me just go back over. I don't know where it's cut off, so I'm just going to go back over what I think I've seen in here so far. With regards to your person being a jealous person in general, there's a feeling of them having a broad view or broad idea of how they want to live their life and what they want to happen in their life. This person probably likes to feel involved, likes life to be fun. It's the type of person that probably likes to travel and likes to laugh a lot. So what's going to bring out the jealousy in them is if this is blocked in any way. With regards to you, if they see you having fun, movement, travel, experiences, connections and laughing, that's what's going to bring the green-eyed devil out in them. There's a little tinge throughout this whole spread of Mars in Taurus and the Ace of Pentacles. I'm not saying it's big. I don't get it's a big feeling of the spread because these 3 cards here, I think, basically overpower it. But it's the same with all of us. There's probably a need to feel financially secure. There's probably a little love of luxuries here. I don't know whether it's like technical luxuries. I'm thinking it's more in terms of somebody who likes to travel and have experiences. It might be to do with clothes, like outdoor gear, that type of thing. Somebody that really likes to have the latest hiking shoes or the best weather coat. There may be that sort of tinge of jealousy there. It depends how financially secure they feel that they are and whether they actually it has turned into jealousy. But there is a love of luxury there. Nice underwear type of person. They can see the bigger picture. So it's not somebody who is very jealous, but as I said earlier, it's somebody who likes to move. It's somebody that likes excitement in life. Somebody that likes to push boundaries with regards to where they are in life. They want to keep improving themselves. There's an emotional stability, I would say, of the Ten of Cups. They feel stable in themselves. They feel complete. So there's not a real jealous tinge here. But with regards to you, the jealousy would have been brought out in situations where they feel that you're moving and leaving them behind. If you've booked a plane ticket somewhere, not now I know because we can't go anywhere, but that's the type of thing that will really get their goat. The 5 of Wands is probably a jealousy with regards to seeing you in groups, having a good time, socialising and laughing would probably kill them. I don't know with regards to your situation whether you are together at the moment and there's a feeling of them wanting everything to be fair and they're trying to be very mature about all this. But the things that, with regards to asking this question or looking at this reading, with regards to them, if you're not with this person and they're trying to make things fair, they're trying to be quite mature about the situation with you, if you were going to actually bring out a jealous bit in them that they found difficult to cope with, it would be knowing that you're doing things that are exciting without them. It would be putting pictures on the internet of you with friends laughing. It would be, you moving around perhaps outdoors with a Temperance card. Here's a Jupiter feel of you moving around, going places, traveling, having experiences that are, with different cultures, or just generally getting stuck into books about different beliefs or different philosophical ideas. Maybe something there as well in that. But with the Ten of Swords, if it's ended, they're trying to look for balance, and that's what's going to make them feel slightly pissed off. That's what I'm thinking. Slightly pissed off and not actually becoming this King of Pentacles, man or woman, but actually missing it. Not being mature and saying, I wish them well if you're separate. It's more a case of don't want to be with them, that sort of feel. But you have all the way through this got a few pentacle cards that are popping up that keep making me want to revert back to this. So I'm trying not to get my face in this. I don't want to lean too far forward. Nobody needs to be seeing that. The Taurusy feel of wanting luxuries. And I always think of Elton John. What's that great film with that guy from Aberystwyth in it? I can't remember. The guy who plays Eddie Eagle. And he's just buying stuff. And he obviously loves buying things for himself. And there's a real feeling of that about your person. That he or she does like luxuries. And I'm thinking that these cards are quite free-flowing. It's got to be, to me, it would be to do with luxuries with this type of feeling would be something to do with buying bikes, buying, like mountain bikes, racing bikes, material things that they can hold that are to do with adventures. It will be outdoor clothes, that type of feel. So that's what's going to get their goat. And I don't know if it's regards to relationships, because I don't know if that is, but that would annoy them. With regards to relationships, it's more a case of movement and connecting and social events that's going to miff this person a little bit. And seeing you doing it without them. They wouldn't like that. But there is definitely a financial tinge here, financial jealousy too. And Taurus feels slightly unearthed if they don't feel financially secure. There was a man on Tesco checkout and he was talking about what he spends his money on, and he was saying that I like things to have, I like to own things, and I said, I was doing asking him a question, where you go on holiday, and he was saying, well, I don't want to go on holiday. This was before lockdown. I don't want to go on holiday. I like things to have and to hold, and I think holidays are waste. And I'm thinking, I don't know what you're talking about, but he was just saying what I'm thinking from these cards. But you've got both types, you've got both feelings in this. So you've got the need to move, you've got the need to socialise, and the need for security. So I wonder whether this person has to marry both of those together to make themselves function, to make themselves feel fulfilled in some way. So anyway, to answer the question about you, are they jealous of you? They are jealous of you if they've seen pictures of you online, if they've seen you going out without caring for them, if they've seen you travelling or moving, even to do like a new job. If a new job situation come up with you and there's movement with it involved, they are going to be very hard to say let's be friends or let's keep the relationship going, because there will be jealousy mixed in with that. With the Ace of Pentacles, it's a job situation and there's movement involved there as well. So yeah, that would be very difficult for this person to deal with. But there's just a general sort of social feeling of not wanting to be left out of fun with this person. Not wanting to be left out of fun. And I get the feeling the Ten of Swords that the situation isn't moving at the moment, and they want everything to be fair and to be even, and then they catch something of yours, somebody tells them something, and they're like, I'm really jealous. That type of, what they're doing with so and so. Why are they laughing without me? Why are they going here? Why can't they just be just unearth them? With this King of Pentacles, it makes them feel unearthed. It's that niggling feeling when they don't, if you're not together, they don't want to know that you are too happy. They want to know that you're okay, but they want to know that you're missing them. Or that you're at least pining for them, or at least interested in them. And for heaven's sake, don't go out and do anything fun without them. Right, that pile number 2, I think, is all I can pick up from that. A big person, big ideas, emotionally secure, likes to carry on feeling emotionally secure, doesn't like their sense of equilibrium rocked in any way. And the way that you can do that, if that's what you want to do, is have fun and let them see that you're having fun. And that's how you can draw this person towards you, if that is what you're after. I don't know about the financial bit. I got a really strong feeling there, but I don't know if that's the way to draw this person towards you, because I can't really see how that could, because it's not that really strong. No, it's not that Capricorn feeling. That you get people with Capricorn Venuses, and they're often drawn to people who are financially secure or up the ladder, or in some way that they feel as if they admire it so much that they want it. Is that not a Capricorn feel here? Capricorn people really admire older people, people with experience. You talk to them with Capricorn Venus and they have a deep respect for people who have stories, older people who have stories. And they have that deep respect for people who work for, grind for where they want to get in life. So I don't get that feeling here. There's a real earthy feel, but there's more a jealousy of fun and movement and excitement with this person. Okay, I'm going to stop there. Okay, thank you very much, pile number 2. I hope that makes sense to you. Let me know in the comment section. Thank you and bye. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Hi there, pile number 3. Let's have a look. Are they jealous? What type of person are they? Do they get jealous easy? No. Right, this is what I'm picking up from here. Your person isn't a jealous type of person. I can say Pisces, a jealous Pisces. Is that Pisces? Yeah. A jealous type of person in general. They're not somebody who basically runs on what they haven't got. It's somebody who feels quite fulfilled, and if they see something that they like, they're happy that the other person has it. That type of feeling, because you've got Sagittarius and you have got Pisces, both very mutable, very adaptable. They like to slide with life. There's not that need to possess, there's not that need to hold, there's that need to experience. Pisces and Sagittarius together, they like to travel, very much like pile number 2. You do have what I'm thinking from these cards here of somebody who is very mentally astute, somebody who knows what they want. And although Sagittarius, I wouldn't say was very scheming, there is something in these cards down here with the King of Swords and the 8 of Pentacles, somebody who likes to map something out and know where they want to go. And so with regards to their ego, if that is thwarted in some way, you could possibly see a side of them you didn't know was there. Somebody who's this gives me a feeling here, 9 of Pentacles, Sun in Sagittarius, doesn't have to be their sun signs whatsoever, it's just a feel I'm trying to get. Maybe something else in their chart, like Jupiter conjunct their MC. You don't know, do you? And unless you've got their chart and you know it, the time of birth. And the Mars in Pisces is a real, the 9 of Pentacles as well, is a real feeling of being content in themselves and not wanting that much. The type of thing that gets this person probably jealous would be a night out that they're left out of, or a party that they're left out of. A bit of a feeling like pile number 2. But these 2 cards here, I can't actually shake them off. They're not as strong as the feeling of this person being quite free-flowing, easygoing, and not particularly jealous. But there's something here that makes me think of there's a plan and there's a prey. And Sagittarius, out of all the signs, are absolutely fantastic. They almost bowl you over with how much they know and how bright they are. And it's always a shocker, I think. This is going to be really rude to Sagittarius, but I used to work with I used to work with people. I'm trying not to be rude here. I'm going to tell you without trying to be rude. Okay. There used to be a woman that I used to work with, and she used to come into work and she had like, oh my God, I'm trying to be rude here, makeup smudged over her face, white crusty hair that had been over dyed, a mini skirt on where you could see her pants. And this isn't the type of job that you come in dressed like this at all. It's complete opposite. It's really stiff and really conventional. And then high heels on, and it was that you'd see her and think, oh my gosh, you want to go and put a coat on her, because it just wasn't accepted where I'm working. And she used to come in and she was different, to say the least different in the situation where I was working. And she was so clever. She was so intelligent, and you would be like, oh my God. And whatever she said was 10 times more interesting than anybody else could say, because you just weren't expecting it to come out of her. A really interesting lady. She fascinated me. She didn't give a shit. She didn't care about anything. Oh dear me. I was going to give you more information then, but I won't. but a really exciting life, a real knowledge and a real understanding and just experiences. And oh my gosh, she was amazing. I didn't really know her that well, but she was just really interesting. That's the fit. What am I talking about? I don't know. Where was I? Sun in Sagittarius, Mars in Pisces, self-contentment and yeah, okay. This is somebody like that. I'm not saying they go around in high heels with makeup up the side of their face, but there's that feeling of having an exterior of being really ease themselves, not caring about life, just flowing with life and being just who they are. They don't adapt to people. Well, no, they might. There's an adaptability there, but there's a self-confidence without the need to do it, is what I'm thinking. But this person's bright. This person's very resourceful. There's a real feeling of if they want you, then they know how they're going to do it. That's where it all came from, this story about this lady. There's a real feeling of knowing to get what they want when they want it, and they can do it. And you won't see it coming. It'll be things you haven't thought about. They'll turn up in places that you didn't even know existed. They will just be there. Okay, I'm going to move on quickly. Right, I'm wondering whether, with regards to you, whether there's not been that much contact, and then there's going to be some sort of, or there has been recently some sort of communication, and then this person is really going to revert back to their Sagittarius qualities of being quite gung-ho with you and actually coming in like a knight in shining armour, although there's no armour on this person. So with regards to you, what makes them jealous? No contact. This person likes life to move. They like to be involved with life. They like to know. They like knowledge. They like to expand themselves, and they like to do it through experience. This person doesn't want to read about it in a book too much. They probably are extremely intellectual with regards to reading books and pulling out information. This person wants to experience life. They've probably got a connection with you. It's not enough. That's what's making them jealous. There's a connection there, and there's probably communication, but it's not quite, I'm going to say Humphrey. I don't even know what I mean. It's not like Humphrey enough for them. They just need life to be moving. They need it to be fun. It's got to be exciting. There's not enough fire that they're getting out of you because they want it to be moving. There's enthusiasm. There's a need for a new beginning, and it just isn't moving as fast as they want it to. You're communicating, I think. There's some experience there with regards to communication, but not enough what they would call life experience. It's somebody here, if they hear about you having life experiences with regards to that they're not involved in, that would get them. It'd be travel, it would be fun, and it would be exciting. Again, very similar to pile number 2. And this person will revert back to trying to get hold to what they think they need, and that's contact with you, and they will start scheming. Ace of Swords and these 2 scheming prey cards here. I'll try to get them out again for you. There you are. So there's like, what makes them jealous? Lack of that makes them jealous. Lack of involvement, lack of fun, lack of excitement, lack of fire in their life. Seeing you have it would kill them. So I think at the moment as well, there's some sort of, there's contact, but it's not what they want. This person wants involvement in life. They don't want to be sat on the end of the phone talking to you or texting to you. This person wants life to be lived. And I don't know with regards to situations at the moment, if they see pictures of you living life, or they think that if you're separate, you're doing it with your friends or with another man or another woman that's close to you, that would kill them. It makes me think of somebody fire or fiery with Pluto somewhere, like a Pluto Venus or something in their chart that can scheme really well. Because you've got these 2 planning cards and this, look at these 2. Somebody who's happy with themselves, but slightly in their chart, there's this ability to scheme for what they want. So if they see you on the internet, if there's no contact at the moment, on the internet or out doing something with friends, the chance to be a fine thing at the moment, That's what's going to make them jealous. They couldn't stand it. If they weren't involved and you were off doing something, and they would revert back to their, what I would say are Pluto qualities of plotting and planning how to get you back, how to get closer to you and make sure that they're involved. I think generally their friends don't see this. Their friends will see somebody who's really easy themselves, somebody who just enjoys life and is really easygoing. And it's not until they actually get stuck in love relationships that this side of them comes out, which is quite, it's not nasty, it's not awful, it's just somebody who can plan to get what they want and as I say many times, play the long game. Somebody who's prepared to wait, somebody who's actually impetuous by nature but prepared to plan and scheme to get what they want with regards to love, because I get this feeling of a Pluto contact with regards to how they get hold of love relationships. I'm wondering whether jealousy. I wonder whether your person has if there's this Pluto feel about this person, even though they're really sort of sweet and easygoing and fun-loving in general everyday life, when it comes to relationships, I've got a feeling there's this sort of anxiety with regards to whether they're going to be accepted. And how that would come out in a jealous situation would be if they see you with somebody and the communication is really free-flowing. If they see you talking to, I don't know, what sex involved here, male or female, or, it's just the sort of energies. But if they see you with somebody that they think it could possibly be a suitor, and you are relaxed and enjoying yourself and laughing, that is going to get them. That's the type of thing that would upset them, because I think there's a slightly possessive feel with regards to love relationships here. Not in life in general, but and it's not a huge thing. It's just something that would get them being a part of themselves they don't often dip into. And also as well, you've got the Page of Cups, what would make them jealous of the particular situation. If you had previously or recently met somebody new, that would be difficult for them to handle, because that's going to usurp their plans with getting closer to you, even though they're playing the long game. So it makes me think of somebody who's you would think didn't care because they're really easygoing, and yes, they are until they're thwarted with regards to love, and then it brings out their insecurities and their need to scheme so that their ego isn't bruised too much, and they want to have fun with you. They want life to kick off. They want life to be exciting. They want to have, it's not somebody who wants to have a relationship that's sat inside cuddling up on the couch. But there's an insecurity with regards to love relationships, I think, here. And if they see you at ease with somebody, or moving with somebody, or communicating really freely, then it brings out what I would say is the hairy bear, I just made that up, the hairy bear inside of them that they like to hide. And they don't know it, because I wonder how often it turns up. So if you have just started a new relationship and they know about it, perhaps through word of mouth or through social media, that would upset them. And with these two Page of Cups and Ace of Cups here, makes me think of emotions and new beginnings. So if that has happened, that is definitely an issue. Not so much that they like to feel committed, or they're for you to belong to each other, but just a case of that their plans have been thwarted with their plan that they think is really canny and really scheming to get close to you. And it's as if somebody just snuck in and they feel thwarted with regards to that. In some ways, by seeing you with somebody else with the Eight of Swords and this tiny Pluto feel makes them feel impotent. And it's not something, because these two cards at the top are very different, Pisces and Sagittarius, and this card very much ease themselves. It's something that they don't actually come into contact unless they're in love relationships, and it makes them feel uncomfortable, and that's where the jealousy comes out. It's a difficult one because I don't know if, because they've got these two sides of them, it could be quite well balanced in some way. So there's that commitment, because Pisces and Sagittarius, you don't get much commitment out of Pisces and Sagittarius together. So you don't actually feel that connection if you are quite watery or you need that connection. So that actually might be with this person a really nice balance through being too flighty and also being quite committed at the same time. So that's quite a nice balance. So it's not a bad thing that they could feel quite jealous at times with regards to you. It's really difficult, unless you're very much like that yourself. It's really difficult to connect with people with that sort of chart. It's because they just they're very group orientated, and they don't, I don't know, they're just basically, there's not that close connection. That Pluto here, if you like a close connection, if you don't, it doesn't bother you, and you just get on easily. But with that Pluto connection, gives it a slight bit more intensity to their feelings towards you, which is often, great TV plays. If it's overemphasized, it can be too much. I get a feeling it's just nice in this chart. It's just balanced. It's just that I like that person. I fancy that person. I'm going to get closer to them. Oh my God, they're with somebody else. I'm going to have to think of a different tack to get there. And there's just like that general feeling of uncomfortableness and jealousy with that. Or they see you with somebody else, and then they've got this Pluto feel of wanting to get close to you, and they see you chatting with somebody else and laughing, and it's all fun, and it's all chitty cha cha ha ha. And they're like, oh, I wish that was me. It's that type of feeling. But to be honest, with the Pisces and the Sagittarius there, the Pluto is probably quite nice in there, if that's the feeling I'm getting from this pile. Right then, pile number 3. I hope that makes sense in some way. I'm going to leave that there. Let me know in the comments section if it does ring true for you, whether you have been caught laughing and seen some beady eyes with bits of green in them looking at you through a car window or something. Because, that's the type of thing that gets this person just missing out on fun as well. Or a new relationship. If you've got into a new relationship recently and they know about it, that's upset them too. That's what I'm picking up from here. Somebody who likes life to be free-flowing and be fun, but there's still that need to connect, which I think probably unsettles them because they don't see that as part of their personality, and then they fall for somebody and then it comes out like, oh my God, what's this feeling? And it makes them feel uncomfortable. Okay, pile number 3. Thank you very much for joining me today. I hope to see you again, and good night. Bye.